Ken.
Thank you, Chair. It's just a question about the Doncaster Sheffield airport. There were some sort of promising noises this week, and I don't know if the Mayor's got any sort of insights they might want to share with us about that. I'm not a frequent flyer, by the way. I mean, I went on a foreign holiday. It was about the first time in 9 years, but I had a torturous journey last week back from Manchester Airport with the M62 closed in 2 lanes and a spillage. And the connectivity we've got there with the 1930s road, Trans-Pennine Express can cancel up to 25% of the services on the day. It's very difficult that we don't have a regional airport for not only for the bucket and spade trade but also for business and international commerce, etc. So are you able to use your good officers to help get those services restored there and assist Doncaster?
Indeed, and we have been right from the outset of this whole saga, and it has been a saga caused by Peel Group. We have been working hand in glove with Doncaster Council to first try and save DSA and then try and reopen DSA. So that has been a joint partnership between us and them. It has to be said, with absolutely zero help from the government. Indeed, zero help from Conservative MPs in the region as well. So we have been doing everything we can to try and get DSA flying again. I'm not a frequent flyer either, but if you look at the satisfaction statistics from the airports across the UK, Doncaster Sheffield Airport was #1, I think, 4 years in a row, because people value that airport so highly and just did such a good job. The positives are, despite the fact that clearly it is closed right now, Doncaster Council are in a negotiation with Peel about a potential lease arrangement, and that seems like those negotiations are going well. There is the fallback position of a CPO, a compulsory purchase order, should the lease agreement not take shape. And Doncaster Council are progressing with that at the same time. They've got a whole team working on that. And then through the combined authority, through our gain share arrangements, we have committed to supporting the financial monies available to Doncaster in order to be able to reopen DSA as and when any agreement is reached. So we put the money there ready to be available for Doncaster Council in order to work with a private provider and then get the airport back open and running. I've said from the beginning, the best people to run airports are the private sector. If you look at what's happened up in the northeast at Tees Valley, the mayor up there, Ben Houchen, has spent an inordinate amount of their resources, I think going on for £100 million plus on propping up that airport. It's a smaller airport than Doncaster, and yet has required a huge amount of funding. Partly, I think, because Ben is a Conservative mayor, they've maybe got access to slightly different sources of funding than we do, or maybe more funding in some ways, certainly some more support. We've had to do this in a slightly different way and had to work with Peel, who, in our case, were being utterly intractable, but we're now getting to a point where I think there is a sort of a light at the end of the tunnel, and that's all I would say it is. There's still a long way to go on that journey, but we will stand there ready to work with, support Doncaster Council, as we have right from the beginning, to try and get to that destination that we all want to get to, which is a thriving DSA in South Yorkshire.